welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. We are finally here, just about here, I should say, less than 24 hours away from the tip-off of the 2025 WNBA regular season. And many of you have been here with the Adrienne Ross Show throughout the whole wait. From the time the 2024 WNBA season ended till now, you've been rocking with the Adrienne Ross Show. It's going to be quite a weekend full of basketball, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, here where I live, I'm praying it doesn't happen, but the expectation tomorrow, meaning Friday, is for more tornado warnings and things like that. So pray for me and for our area. And I can't stand that stuff, but I'm praying that we don't get to see it. And as long as everything is cool, I intend to go live on Friday night for as much of it as I possibly can. People have already been saying, make sure you have your snacks so we can rock and roll. So at least I intend to go live for quite a bit of it, if at all possible. It's been a free agency. Well, even before the free agency, this team, we've been covering the new general manager, the new president, the old coach going, the new coach coming, and then free agency and all the players who came in. And I began to share with you different things about those players, and the rookies came in with the draft, and we talked about how they did in college, and we've done so much. And then when training camp kicked off or tipped off or whatever you want to call it, we were there for training camp and broke down some of the drills and some of the things we saw in training camp. Then the preseason games started, and we were live for those games and talking about those afterwards. It's been a lot of wonderful things. And now here we are on the precipice of the regular season. So now that all the waves are done and that this roster is set, at least for opening day, I don't want to just drop the ball and just say, oh, we covered the ones who came in and then we covered the ones who had to go by, and now we're not going to say anything about the ones who remain. No, we're going to talk about briefly the players who are here now for this 2025 season, and then tell a little bit about them, some of which you already know. But hey, we're going to talk about the ones who are gone. Let's talk about the ones who are here. So let's look at this roster who will be a part of the first day, which will be Saturday for the Indiana Fever, when the team takes on the Chicago Sky. So what are your expectations? We had our members only weekly live tonight, Thursday night, and we had our roundtable open mic, and people came on video and audio. We had our panel talking about what the expectation is. What about you? What's your expectation for this matchup between the Fever and the Chicago Sky? Let's look at the players the Indiana Fever and Coach Stephanie White have in their arsenal at their disposal. Let's go right in order of this graphic the Indiana Fever posted on the Indiana Fever X page. So we'll start right here with Kelsey Mitchell. We have to remember that this organization said Kelsey Mitchell was the number one priority in free agency. Get Kelsey Mitchell signed. She was in China. She came back to a wonderful welcome, a Fever girl, as she said. So what do we expect from her? We expect more of what we saw before, just better on the other side of the ball. I believe she's going to be looking for her shot. I believe early in the game, she's going to be checking out how her shot's falling. Remember the first game of the preseason, it wasn't looking good, but you can't keep a good shooter down. And we're also going to see that speed. And we've seen a better defender in Kelsey Mitchell. And so on that side of the ball, I believe it's going to be even better. And I'm going to say expect a little backdoor action with Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark. Okay, Natasha Howard. We're going to expect defense from Tosh. We expect her to to do what she does. She's been Defensive Player of the Year. And she also offensively expect her to be able to get out and run. She said when she came in, she couldn't wait to get her hands on Caitlin Clark's passes. So we're expecting that. We're expecting rebounding. We need bigs to be big. And I expect that from Tosh. Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston is back for her third season in the WNBA, formerly the Rookie of the Year. And this season, she's going to have to be physical. And talking about that first game against Chicago, she's definitely going to have to be able to hold her own against Camila Cardoso, or if Angel is guarding her against Angel, she's going to have to be able to be banged and to bang and to finish. A lot of times she gets banged and then she leaves her shot short. So Aaliyah Boston, I believe, what can we expect from her? Not just this one game, but throughout the season. She's hanging around people like Natasha Howard. She's hanging around people like DeWanna Bonner. It's going to boost her confidence and it's going to challenge her to play bigger. I expect that. Remember, Stephanie White says she also wants Aaliyah Boston to be able to shoot the 3-point shot. So she'll have some things, some schemes, whatever in mind for her to be able to do that. But I expect first and foremost for her to be a force down low. And so to do that, she's going to have to be more aggressive. Okay, Sophie Cunningham. I don't know if Sophie will be playing in the first game on Saturday because of the ankle, but thinking long term, Sophie brings you so much. She can shoot the 3 ball. She can handle the ball. She can relieve Caitlin as a point guard. So will she be the backup to Caitlin before even Sydney Colson, whom we'll get to shortly? I don't know, but wherever she is, she can play multiple positions. She's going to play defense and she's going to bring intensity. She's feisty, as she said, and she just plays with a grit and also with the joy that this team needs and is going to uplift this team. So I expect her to do so much on both sides of the floor. The question is, will she be doing that on Saturday or will that have to wait? The bottom line, as Stephanie White said, is she'll hear what the trainers say, but it's a long season, so you got to keep that in mind and not rush things. Lexi Hall, if you did not watch my video just a few days ago on Lexi Hall, you really ought to do that. If you didn't, you missed some good things. Lexi Hall has a confidence that was not there last year. She's speaking confidently. She's playing confidently. As I said in my video, she's not just standing in the corner. Stephanie White is not going to have her just standing in the corner. Lexi was dribbling off of screens and taking the ball to the basket, doing the floater, doing the elbow shot, doing the pull-up jumper at the free throw line. She was doing a whole lot. And so I see that she wants to be more aggressive, and we can expect that. And of course, you can always expect Lexi to play defense, to rattle the other team with her defense. She slides her feet well. She bodies up, sticks out her chest, and just it becomes a problem on the defensive end. So I expect that to continue, and I expect her to be even better. But if she's not having a good night, there are lots of other players who can step up. Brianna Turner. A lot of people weren't quite sure if Brianna Turner was definitely going to make the team. Well, she's here. And one of the things Brianna Turner could do is rebound the basketball. She had 8 rebounds in the final preseason game against Atlanta. But one of the things I pointed out in the Lexi Hall video is that when Lexi was scoring, that was the game, the last preseason game when Lexi had 14 points. Lexi was coming off of screens from Brianna Turner. When I did my video on Lexi, I didn't even plan to talk about Brianna Turner's screens. But as I'm doing the video, because I talked about it. So if you've watched it, as I'm doing the video, I'm just seeing Brianna Turner setting screens, solid screens for Lexi Hall to come off the dribble. And we need people who screen well. I wish they would turn the proper way so that they seal the defender behind them, but nobody seems to do that. You've heard me talk about it a million times. You're probably tired of it. Well, I'm tired of seeing it the wrong way, but not anyway. Okay. Anyway, seriously though, she said she was setting solid screens, so expect more of that from Brianna Turner. She's not there for her scoring. She's there for what she brings on the defensive side of the floor. and her rebounding, of course. Damaris Dantas, we haven't had an opportunity to see her. I'm so glad she's back. There's just something about her I really like. We know that she's in shape this year. She's been through some things. She's had a loss of a loved one, and so she was away. She hasn't played in the preseason games because then she was injured. But we know she is a big body. She can step out and shoot the three. So she's going to spread the floor well. She's just a tough body. And I think this year we're going to see even more from Damaris because, first of all, she's got a great game. I did a video of her in the offseason as well. Go check that out with some highlights from her. So she's got a great upside to her. And I think even more because she had been out injured and she came back out of shape. But I think if she's healthy, whatever the issue was, if she's good to go, I think that she's going to be great coming off the bench. Now, Michaela Timpson. Michaela Timpson is the rookie who made the team. Training camp started. I said, we've got 5 players vying for one spot. I said, Michaela Timpson is going to get that spot. And Michaela Timpson has gotten that spot. And she's very grateful. She'll tell you that every time she has an opportunity. She's going to be able to defend. She, I believe, had 3.1 blocks per game at Florida in her senior season. And I expect her to learn, and she's so eager to learn. But I'm looking forward to her impressing, doing even more than people anticipated. She's looking forward to being able to get out and run, to play defense, to get out and run, and to finish. So she's a big we need. And then, of course, you have Caitlin Clark, the point guard, the floor general, the coach on the floor. I expect more of that from her. I expect that this season is going to start off smoother than last season because a lot of these players are going to be able to handle her passes, which means that she's not going to be getting turnovers that really shouldn't have been hers to begin with. Not to say that none of them belong to her. I'm just saying we all know they weren't ready for her. They've had an opportunity to be together for a good amount of time. And I think that's going to be good. Like I mentioned, the back door, I expect in the Sky game to see at least one back door, that Caitlin to Kelsey connection at CCC, Caitlin, Kelsey. No, that's okay. Sorry. The CKC. Okay. CKC. But Caitlin is she's stronger. She's doing different things. She's been working on the floater. She's been working on driving to the left, finishing at the left, obviously getting to the basket to the right, shooting her 3-point shot. It's going to be interesting because she has so many pieces around her, how that affects her assists. But we saw her in preseason. She can just find you. She can pass the ball. I just expect an all-around MVP type year. Of course, she had an MVP type year last year, finishing 4th in MVP voting. More of Caitlin Clark and better defense as well because Stephanie White. Need I say more? DeWanna Bonner, who can play 4 positions. She can also bring the ball up the floor. She's got the experience. They respect her. You hear people talking about DB all the time. They want to hear what she has to say. She came here. She said the difference between coming here, the reason she came to Indiana rather than somewhere else, because she had other opportunities, is because she wanted to win and win now. And she said, even when they just brought her in, that she had a conversation with Aaliyah and said, I see so much in you. What do you see for yourself? So I think that veteranship is going to be really good. And Stephanie White mixed it up a little bit in preseason. She had her come off the bench that third game. And then, of course, Sophie got injured. So she, I don't know what's going to look as the season progresses, but DeWanna is going to be able, she can defend, lockdown defense, long. She can shoot the jump shot. And she, again, has the veteran presence that is so needed. And she's going to help protect the players. She's not going to just stand there and let people come after the Fever, because the Fever is in everyone's sights. And it's not just DeWanna who will be that enforcer. You got Sophie as well. Sophie don't play. Okay. And we have Sydney Colson. It'll be interesting to see what kidney. What kidneys roll. It will be interesting. I would normally edit that out, but I won't because I just find it funny. Well, Sydney is a backup point guard. How many minutes she's going to get, I don't know. I wasn't overly impressed with her offensively in preseason, but she's a veteran. She's a two-time champion, I believe. She's a presence in the locker room, and she's fine whether she plays 5 minutes, 8 minutes. If she doesn't play a game, she's the kind of player who's not going to be whining and complaining about her minutes. She's going to be able to see the floor, and therefore she can share what she sees because people respect her as well. And so I think she's going to bring that fun that Sophie brings also. She's going to bring the knowledge of the game, and she's going to be able, I believe, to spell Caitlin a few minutes here or there. The thing is, there are other players who can also spell Caitlin, give her that rest. When I say spell Caitlin, I don't mean like spell it like your English teacher told you. Anyway, so I think that will be, it remains to be seen who's going to be that first person who comes in to give Caitlin that break. Is it Sydney? Is it Sophie? Even will she move Lexi over there? It's going to be interesting. So that is the opening night roster for the 2025 WNBA season. These are the players who made it. Others wanted to, did not. These players made it. So kudos to them. They bring unique things to this team, which is why they were brought in and why they remain on this team. My expectation for starters for Saturday's opener against the Chicago Sky, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston. I don't know if Sophie will play at all. Maybe she will be in the starting lineup at some point, like we saw in the third game of the preseason. I'm not sure how that'll unfold, but if Sophie plays at all, because she has not been able to practice, I do not for sure anticipate her in the starting lineup. And again, maybe not at all, but Lexi, I think, will get good minutes. I think, obviously Sophie, when she can play, will get good minutes, and it remains to be seen how much Timpson will play, how much Colson will play, how much the others will play. So we'll have to see how that all works, but I am looking forward to the game. I don't believe that it's going to be a cakewalk in this first game, where I imagine there are some nerves, but I think it's going to be exciting. People are going to pack the building, and it's going to be super loud. So it's really cool for the new people in Indiana who've never had an opportunity to play in an atmosphere like that. And then of course for Timpson to come in. So good weekend coming up. But I just told you what I think these players bring. What do you feel like I missed that you would add? Who do you think will be the surprise factor for this team in general? And who do you think will step up big in this first game against Chicago? So you can chop it up in the comments. And like I said, all going well with the weather, etc., God willing, then I will be really busy this weekend. I hope you will be busy with me. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. And if you have, thank you so much. Also, hit the like button to this video. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.